Okay, let's continue. What is the diligence required in the performance of obligation? Okay? Ano yung diligence na sinasabi natin, ma'am? There are different levels of diligence, or let's just say types of diligence required under the law. Okay? The ordinary diligence. Okay? In your ordinary diligence, this is the so-called, okay, diligence of a good father of a family. Okay? That is the, kumbaga, yung tinatawag nating default na required na diligence. Pero yung mga tricycle, or those that are the so-called common carrier, tricycle, na pagpasada, okay? Yung mga bus na nagpapasada, Victory Liner, Florida, okay? Caltrans, mga jeep, Kalesa, ganyan. They have a more or heavier diligence required by law. So they have the so-called extraordinary diligence. Okay. Next one. Let me see if 4 to 7 na to. Okay. Next one is we have your Article 1161. In your Article 1161, you can find there your obligations arising from criminal offenses. Okay? Here, sabi ng Article 1161, civil obligations arising from criminal offenses shall be governed by the penal laws subject to the provisions of Article 2177 and of the pertinent provisions of Chapter 2, Preliminary Title of Human Relations, and of Titles 18 of this book, Regulating Damages. So, what are the guiding principles in your Article 1161? Ano yung mga prinsipyo na dapat yung i-follow? Okay, ano yon? Okay, number 1, civil obligations arising from crimes are governed by Article 100 to 112 of the Revised Penal Code. Nakalagay po sa Article 100, if you go over your codal provisions, okay, that every person criminally liable is also civilly liable. Sorry, nabubulal po ako. Okay? So, ibig sabihin...
excuse me po.
Okay.
I'm sorry po. Mamaya hindi po daw kayo audio ba sa ibang students po.
Kindly ask them again if okay na. Good. In your Article 1161, the different guiding principles is your Article 100 to 112 of your Revised Penal Code. Okay? Ang sabi doon, every person criminally liable is also civilly liable. So, for example lang po ha, walang taong existing na ganito. Okay? Si Pedro, pinatay niya si Ana. And Ana is a doctor. Okay? Si Ana, okay, the heirs of Ana, yung mga naiwan ni Ana, can file a case against the murderer, si Pedro. Here, since may loss of income because Ana is a doctor, okay, they can file for a civil action. There's also a corresponding civil liability on the part of Pedro. Here, let's just say 100,000 yung per month ni Ana. Okay? That will be computed until the may computation po yon until, let's just say, for retirement of Ana. And let's just say Ana died at the age of 35. So 60 years old minus 35 is 25. So 100,000 times 12 and times 25 years. That may be filed against, may be claimed by the heirs of Ana. Okay? Next one is your there is the so-called delict. Okay? This is your delict, your Article 1161, or your crimes. Okay? Or those acts or omissions punishable by the Revised Penal Code. We also have the so-called quasi-delict. Ano yung quasi-delict, ma'am? Okay? Quasi-delict or the ones provided in your Article 1162. Okay? What is delict and what is quasi-delict? The other term for quasi-delict is culpa aquiliana. Okay? Culpa aquiliana, okay, is a quasi-delict under the Civil Code is also yes, you can have the copy of my record pa. Don't worry. Kasi alam kong hindi maganda yung signal ng iba. So, quasi-delict under the Civil Code po is also known as culpa aquiliana. These are the crimes which affect public interest. Okay? Pero ano naman ang quasi-delict, ma'am? Ano tinatawag natin quasi-delict? Kumbaga, simplihan lang natin ha. Quasi or parang, as if, similar. Anong delict? Diba? Kriminal. Krimen. Okay? Parang krimen. Kung quasi-delict ang equivalent sa Tagalog is parang krimen. Ano itong mga parang krimen, ma'am? May ganito pala. Meron po. Okay? Quasi-delicts are those that only affect private concern. Ang delict po kasi is your public interest. Kung matatandaan ninyo, ewan ko kung nakikinig kayo, nakalagay sa TikTok or whatever. Okay? Pag may mga murder cases, mga homicide, murder, rape, ganun, nakalagay is people of the Philippines versus Pedro. Okay? Pedro Cruz. People of the Philippines versus Mario. Ganun. Why people of the Philippines? Because it's public interest. Ma'am, paano yung yung nagkaso? They will be your private complainants. Okay? But in a quasi-delict, it's only private concern. Okay. Meron din po bang mga crime or penal laws na walang civil liability? Di ba nakalagay sa Article 100 po na lahat ng criminally liable civilly liable? Meron din po bang mga crimes na walang civil liability? Ibig sabihin, walang babayaran? Meron po. Okay? Example is yung begging. Okay? Begging, your anti-mendicant law. Okay? Number 2, yung violation of game laws. And number 3, okay, infraction of traffic rules when no one is hurt. Example, may violation ka ng traffic rules pero wala ka na mga sagasaan, ganun. Okay? So, we proceed. Yeah. Yes?
Ma'am, dun sa infraction of traffic rules. Pero, ma'am,
next one is we proceed with nature and effect of obligation. In your Article 1163, this is my favorite provision under the obligations and contracts. Okay? Every person obliged to give something is also obliged to take care of it with the proper diligence of the good father of a family, unless the law or the stipulation of the parties requires another standard of care. Ano ito, ma'am? Ano itong 1163? You memorize this one because I will let you recite it later on. Lagyan nyo ng star yan. 1163. Lagyan nyo ng solar system. Okay? Here, tandaan nyo. Sa mga ordinary circumstances, okay, the degree of diligence required is the diligence of a good father of a family, or the so-called ordinary diligence. Okay? Ma'am, meron po bang other diligence? Yes po. May other kinds of diligence. And that is the diligence, okay? Diligence is stipulated by the parties themselves. Okay? Pwede bang lesser, ma'am? Pwede. Pwede bang mas matinding of diligence? Of course, yes. Okay? Dito yung sinasabi kong extraordinary diligence. Example lang ha. Diba sa mga farming, okay? Yung corn, mga rice, ganun. parang mas madali atang masira ang bigas kesa yung corn, or vice versa. Let's just say corn. Corn na lang kasi walang balat, 'di ba? At least yung bigas meron pang cover. Okay? Here, the kind of care needed to preserve the corn, for example, is different from that kind of care needed in keeping custody over steel bars. Ano yung steel bars? Ito yung mga ginagamit ngayon pag nagbibuild ng bahay. Iba bakal yun. Okay? The same ba ang treatment nyo sa bakal tsaka sa corn? Pag i-preserve nyo? Siyempre, hindi po. Bakit? Kasi ang corn, okay, ito ay madaling masira. Okay? Ito ay nakakain. Ang bakal, hindi po yan nakakain unless kinakain nyo ang bakal. Okay? Pero hindi po yan nakakain, syempre, kung normal kayong tao. Okay? So, here, the standard of care are different. Okay? Can the parties, okay, stipulate other standard of care, ma'am? Yes, that is expressly provided under your Article 1163. Okay? Here, the parties, though, if they desire, okay, may agree on another degree of diligence which may be exercised by them in the performance of their obligation. Okay? But remember, but such degree on must not be lower than that diligence of a good father of a family. Ma'am, bakit sabi mo kanina is pwedeng ibaba? Okay? This is the treatment. If ibababa ng parties, they will now be estopped from, okay? They will now be estopped from claiming any damages against the violator. So generally, they cannot, of course, because they should be following the ordinary diligence, at least the ordinary diligence. And what is the ordinary diligence again? That is the diligence of a good father of a family. So here, okay, the party will be estopped. Hindi na niya pwedeng i-claim yung karapatan niya kasi siya mismo ang nag-violate. Alam naman na nila, okay? Alam nila, with their consent, okay, they stipulated a lower standard of care. Okay, next. How about Article 1164? What is this Article 1164? Your Article 1164, okay, the creditor has a right to the fruits of the thing from the time the obligation to deliver it arises. However, he shall acquire no real right over it until the same has been delivered. Okay? This is your Article 1164. Okay? The right to the fruits. What are the three kinds of fruits under the law? Hindi yung mangga, hindi yung mangga. Lalay mo muna, lalay mo. Hindi yung mangga, hindi yung apple, yung orange ang tinutukoy dito. Okay? What we are referring here is your natural, civil, and your industrial fruits. So, what are these civil? Okay? Civil fruits, natural fruits, and your industrial fruits. Okay? Okay, please research on that kasi these are matters of reading assignment. Okay? Here, remember that the right to the fruits in your Article 1164, sabi dito, the right accrues from the time the obligation arises. Pero lagi niyong tandaan, wala kang ma-acquire. Okay? Ma'am, ganito yan, nag-order ako ng cake sa Red Ribbon. Nagbayad na ako via GCash. Okay? However, hindi pa na-deliver sa akin. May karapatan na ba ako sa cake? Yes. What kind of right is that? Okay? That is a personal in nature only. Ma'am, paano yung real right mo doon? Kailan nagkakaroon ng real right over the cake? The real right over the cake will only be acquired upon delivery. So, pag na-deliver na via to get 2 wheels, o kaya via food panda yung cake ko, again, that I already acquired a right, real right over the cake. How about the so-called accession? Ano tong accession? Okay? I will only discuss until 12 o'clock po. Okay? What is the right to accession? Right to accession for a while po, break 5 minutes. Break 5 minutes.